Remember that Rolex giveaway? Well, this is the announcement of the winner. Big thank you to everybody from the US and Canada who supported and signed up with Club WPT Gold using my code. Well, I've recorded a random drawing. This is the video up here on this top corner. Rolex, the green Wimbledon Rolex that I'm going to be giving away worth about, I think I bought it for $12,000. So, big thank you. Drum roll, please. Shout out to Joshua Hayden for winning it. Check your email, please, sir. We emailed you, and I just need your shipping information, and we'll get this Rolex out to you as soon as possible. Happy holidays to you, and big congratulations to Joshua for winning this Rolex. So unfortunately, there's only one winner. I want to do something special. Holiday season's coming up on Christmas Day. If you haven't signed up yet already, or you already signed up to my Club WPT Gold link using the code Rampage, I'm giving away $500 to one person who wins because I just want to keep on giving back to people who support me. And yeah, if you want to sign up for America's brand new poker site that's coming very, very soon, click the link in the description below, Club WPT Gold, use the promo code Rampage, and someone's going to win $500 on Christmas Day. Anyways, congratulations to Joshua, and let's get to this video. All right, day 2 of my trip here in the lodge. We're playing some 25-50. Right in here, so gonna get started up. Game's gonna be a little bigger today compared to yesterday, so you know, this cowboy hasn't failed me so far. Why would it fail me today? Good luck, us. Stream about to get started right here. So everyone starts off here with $5,000 in a 25-50 game, but don't be fooled. The action is just going to pick up and there's going to be heavy money on the table since it's a match the stack structure. Early on, the graphics aren't 100% here, but I've got King 9 of clubs and find a way to be all in for my $5,000 stack already on a 8-7-6 queen with 2 clubs board. Yes, that's right. I've got a straight draw, I've got a flush draw, and we're off to a river to see 1 card, and we're up against Queen 7 for 2 pair. Already involved in a 10K pot, we decide to run it 1 time, and let's gamble, please, because the river comes an ace. Yep, that's not it. Unfortunately, going to lose the first hand, but this is how the last video started as well. Down piles, losing the first $5,000, but I reload, add on for another $16,000 to match the biggest stack. In an hour into the stream, we got action. The normal standard game, the 25, 50, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600. That's right. The $1,600 straddle is on. Yes, it's the classic 7 blind game. And action folds to Kuz in the $400 straddle. And he's just all in for $5,000. Well, I look down at Queen Deuce suited and look, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. The jam is for only 3 big blinds effectively, and it's not a good hand. I have a deuce, but it's suited to a queen, and I guess I could be ahead of like Jack 10, I could be ahead of 10-9, and I can be ahead of a lot of different things that he could be all in with. So with only 1 player left to act behind, how bad could this truly be? So my opponent can be all in with all sorts of cards, and I'm going to give action and gamble with queen high. I make the call, and the third player, Joe, comes along and gambles as well. We both clearly have no idea how bad in shape we are compared to Q's, but it's a 15K pot. I'm a massive underdog, especially after an ace-high flop. That's not looking great. Action checks through, and we have no help on both the turn and river. Joe ends up deciding to bluff on the river with just 3 high, which is pretty incredible. Obviously going to lay down my hand, and Kuz will triple up very nicely with ace-queen. Nice hand to him, and that 5K hole I'm in just got doubled to 10. Very, very quickly, about an hour into the session. I've only played 2 hands, doubling up my opponents twice. It's certainly not the most ideal start, but like I said, this game is about to get very big, very fast, and these 10K pots are going to feel like nothing very, very soon. So we got the $400 straddle on, and something you're going to get used to in this game, Scuba limps in for 400. I pick up pocket 8s on the button, raise it up to 1500, and we get some action. Bob and Scuba both make the call. So we got a nice little pot building here, and the flop is 6-3-3. It's a lovely sight to see with my overpair of 8s, and I definitely think I'm ahead for sure, but here Scuba leads out for 2100. I'm looking at my opponent's stack, and I think I'm pretty happy to be all in at this point, assuming my overpair is best. If I run into a 3, then nice hands of the both of them. So I go all in. Bob ends up folding, and Scuba goes into the tank for a little bit. But looking at his hand, Looks like a pretty easy decision, which is a fold, as he wisely does. So, finally over an hour in, I actually win a sizable pot, chip up a little bit. Got to show the highlight, the first win of the session. I think I'm going to say this a lot because this next hand has some action. Fred raises it up to 325. Mike makes the call on the hijack, and now Bulldog, who's been very aggressive, 3-bets to 1400. Action folds to me. I've got Queen Jack of Spades, and against an aggressive player like Bulldog, I think this hand is actually pretty great to 4-bet him. He's very capable of 3-betting without strong hands, obviously. And I go for the 4-bet here, and when action very quickly folds back to him. One issue of 4-betting pretty light here like this is that my opponent is also very capable of pulling the all-in trigger with weak hands as well, which he successfully does, jamming the ace-4 in my face for almost $30,000. And that is very, very sad. I give my hand a little burial and just fold the queen high. Bulldog certainly earned this $5,000, that's for sure. Seems like every single time I'm involved in a hand, I just lose 5K. A nice hand of Bulldog, trying to keep the all-in action train going. With King 9 offsuit, I raise on the button to $600. Get 2 players to make the call, and I see a really great flop of 9-6-3. Interestingly, Mike leads out for 1200, which is a pretty large bet considering the size of the pot. With top pair, I've got a really good kicker. I think it's time to bump it up. If you guys have a better hand than me, then I guess we're going to hear from it. I just had to raise it up to 3,000. Other opponent fold, and Mike comes along for a call. So got a big pot building now, trying to make back some of my money. Turn comes the 3 of clubs. So the flush draw does get there, but it's nice for me to have a little bit of backup with the king of clubs. So when he checks over to me, I'm going to throw out the same bet here for $3,000. It's pretty much like half of his stack. And my opponent goes into the tank, going to take some time on his decision. Really just praying for some action now. I don't want to see him be all in, but I definitely want to see a call, which he does. So here we go. He got the majority of his ships committed, and regardless, I think I'm just all in on the river. River is the 5 of hearts, and he snap jams. Wow, I don't love this. Look, obviously 8 and 7 is a straight. Given the size of the pot, like I said, I'm definitely committed to call with just my top pair, but I don't love the situation, and it's great news when I call that he only has a 9. I'm going to scoop up this pot, this $22,000 pot, and this one pot once again nearly gets me all the way unstuck for the night after a pretty brutal start. So let's hope that this is the start of having some momentum my way. Finally, going to keep the poker going, and we got some really big pots to come. I get a little tricky here. Coos raises to $500. I have 6-7 suited, and I definitely can't help myself. I 3-bet to 1,700. Always really fun to mix in these suited connectors as 3-bets, but of course, Bulldog, you can't avoid him forever. He ruins the fun and 4-bets me to 5,000. Coos ends up folding, and now back onto me. I think I have a pretty easy decision, which is a call. I like these hands a lot as they perform great and are pretty disguised. So we're in position and hoping to win one pot off of Bulldog today. And the flop is 8-8-4. It's okay. I've got a gut shot and a pair draw, but no flush draw, sadly. My opponent fires out $2,000, and that is a very fair price for me to continue with a call. I don't know if I can do anything else. Maybe raising seems ambitious, but stick in 2,000. Turn is the deuce of hearts, bringing in a backdoor flush draw. Now he slows down and checks. I decided to check myself. I didn't really want to blast off into a range that seemed quite strong, so I checked this one back and hoping to hit river, ace of hearts, backdoor flush completes. This is not the card I was hoping to see. Bulldog takes the initiative to fire out $8,000, and of course, I've got a pretty easy decision to fold. 7 high, no good. Yeah, it's complex poker going on here, but I think now I've learned my lesson. Let's just try to avoid Bulldog of sorts, because I definitely can't beat him. Here's a shot of tequila, multiple of many to come. Gotta wash down the pain of losing money somehow, right? Remember trying to avoid Bulldog? Well, I can't avoid him because he raises it up to 500, and I could finally get some revenge actually. With ace king offsuit on the big blind, I decided to 3-bet him to $3,000. Action folds back to him now, and he quickly puts in another raise of 7,700. Remember what I said about him being aggressive and such? He's definitely not named Bulldog for no reason, and we're playing about $40,000 effective. It definitely crossed my mind to just go all in here with another raise, but I don't know about this. I'm not really sure what going all in accomplishes, because jamming kind of folds out the hands that I dominate, and I only get called by hands that dominate me or that we're flipping, like queens or jacks. So seems ambitious. I decided to just make the call here out of position. So we've got $15,000 into the middle, and the flop is 10-3 deuce, 2 hearts. No help for me here, but in my perspective, at least I have a heart. I check it over to him, and he fires out $3,000. And for $3,000, definitely a fair price. Happy to come along for a call. When the turn is the queen of clubs, I check once again, improving to a gut shot straight draw, and he decides to check this one back, which I don't know how I feel about. I think I like it, but the river is now the 9 of hearts, so flush draw completes, and definitely feel like I could bluff here with the king of hearts. Or actually, I could just check jam, but I don't know how I feel with my hand. I decided to check in the moment for now. My opponent snap checks back, and I see the pretty tilting news. He has just one better than ace king high, pair of deuces with his ace deuce is a little tilting here. Truly a shame indeed to lose this one. Another big pot goes to Bulldog. He is truly owning me tonight, making the moves, hitting the pairs, and yeah, this was a little demoralizing, but about an hour after that last hand, we stumble into this lovely spot where, of course, the $1,600 straddle is back on. That's right. 100, 200, 400, 800, 16, and Mike starts things off with a call for $1,600 in the small blind. Action folds the Coos, who goes all in for $15,000, and now I've got pocket fives. Oh my goodness. Everyone that's left to act has about $30,000 deep, which, in my opinion, looks kind of like 20 straddles worth. So I didn't fly all the way out here to Texas to not gamble. So with pocket fives, I'm all in as well. But now, back to Joe. He straddled to 1,600 to start off this madness. He has a monster pocket tens. No way. It's such a premium here. I'm already down 30,000 at this point of the night. I mean, at this point, when he showed me his hand, I'm already counting my losses here because I'm assuming he calls, but wait a minute. Why hasn't he called yet? He shows me the tens and then folds. No way. I can't express how happy I am. I mean, look at my face. This is a face of someone who just got bailed out of $30,000. No matter what happens at this point of the hand, I really already think I've won. I've saved money for sure. So Mike ends up folding pocket sixes, which is also better than fives. And we're going to go heads up to 2 runouts versus Coos with the 9-8 offsuit. Like I said, Coos can scoop me twice and I won't be upset at all. The fact that Joe folded tens was a lifeline. So we got a $35K pot now. And we're off to a runout because, you know, $35,000 is definitely no joke. We get an 8 on the flop, which is quite unfortunate here. And then second runout comes where I end up with a straight, actually. So, you know, we chop it up. We chop up some of the dead money that was in the middle, some of the $1,600, and whew, vibes are high because I'm just free rolling at least $30,000 in this session. For sure would have lost to Joe, who had pocket tens. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased at how this hand happened. Shout out to Joe. Very nice guy for folding that pocket tens. Drinks are flowing, hands are flowing, and action is not stopping because Coos raises to in the hijack. I got 10-8 offsuit, and when you're down piles of money, sometimes got to do some wacky stuff. I 3-bet to 2,000. Muscle Mike makes the call, Coos makes the call. Time to wiggle my way out of this one. 3 ways to a flop, and it's ace, king, queen. All right, kind of liking this situation here. I think on a flop like this, it'll favor me a little bit, and I've actually got a straight draw to go along with it too. So when action checks to me, I fire out a bet of $3,000 where Mike makes the call for $3,000. So we're off to a turn which comes another ace. He checks once again, and I really don't love this card, but is it ever possible that I can just have my opponent fold a king or a queen? Gonna test it out. So I fire out $5,000, and clearly I need help because I'm just torching money. Mike announces a raise, and I am just snap out of here, saying goodbye to another 10,000 hard-earned dollars in a matter of minutes. So here, about almost 4 hours into the stream, I'm down $41,000. Guys, say a prayer for me because this one is a tough hole to climb out of. Gotta cut this video short. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but currently down 41,000 on the session. And the next part you don't want to miss. I'm uploading it to you right before Christmas, so you'll see how this whole session plays out. We swing for tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you don't want to wait for that one. So last reminder, if you want to sign up for my $500 giveaway for the holiday spirit for Christmas, sign up with Club WPT Gold, link in the description below. Anyone that's already signed up can be participating, and I'll see you guys in part 2.